Sometimes reviews is what can make or break your business. I've created 5 ways, and these are the best, most effective ways you can start getting Google reviews fast, effectively, and like starting today or tomorrow. Like if you implemented this into your new service, I guarantee you're going to start seeing more Google reviews coming at a rapid rate. You didn't even realize it was possible. This is the stuff that you should be focusing on, not worrying about having all the tools in your van or your shop that makes a better detail. Like having reviews is what's just going to find more customers, more leads, and then that's just going to create more opportunity for you. How do we get the reviews? Because a lot of times we do this service for these clients and we just hope and we pray that they're going to just automatically make a review because they liked your smile, or they liked your service, or they liked your overall detail that you did in the vehicle. We want to hit 500 reviews at 5 stars. Like that's what's important. Even if they didn't say anything, at the end of the day, you want to hit as many 5-star because there is going to be that day. Someone is going to leave you a beautiful 1-star review. Hey, and welcome to Hungry Driven Podcast. I'm your host, JJ Vola, and this is a podcast where we talk about everything related to automotive detailers, but specifically about business, how to grow, how to scale, how to think smarter like a business owner, because ultimately we want you to grow a sustainable business. That way you don't grow a business to end up hating it and become a slave for your business and then, feel trapped because you can't leave your business. No one wants to buy it because it's not profitable. Anyways, long story short, I'm here to help you grow and scale your business. And if you didn't know, I'm the detail consultant. I help automotive detailers grow and scale their businesses and be more effective just with their time, how they price their services, and how we can grow without having to work harder, right? It's about being smarter and it's about being more effective business owner, because really that's what matters. Sales is what matters, not every nook and cranny of getting detail of the car. I know that's not what social media tells you. Social media tells you that, your detail should shine through everything, that customers are just going to automatically know that you're the best detailer in town. But I hate to break it to you, okay? There are far worse detailers out there, but because they know more about business and how to acquire a customer, they're having a more successful business because they're just educated in the right areas. In my opinion, you're going to get better at becoming a detailer over time. But to be a better business owner takes significantly longer than becoming a better detailer. So in my opinion, what's more important? Being a detailer. And in this podcast, we're going to talk about everything related to Google reviews, why it's important, how to get them, and really to level up your business just from customers perceiving you outside looking in. Because customers do care about their vehicles. They've made the investment of spending $50,000, $100,000 vehicles, and they want to keep it clean. They want to keep it the value of the vehicle higher, just well maintained. There are people, sure, I'm sure you've seen it. There are slobs out there, but how do we make sure that your business is always presenting well? And Google reviews is such a great way to do it. And yeah, I know we're in a world of AI now, and really it's Google might be obsolete in the next couple of years, just the way everything's going, but they're keeping up, right? They're keeping up with Gemini, ChatGPT. Sure, at the end of the day, Google is still the #1 search engine. So if customers are going to spend time doing just a quick research, just so that way they're not disappointed with the service, how many times have you gone somewhere and maybe you had an interaction with a worker or whatever the case is, something service, or could have been even retail, and just the attitude or maybe something didn't feel right, and maybe you go to the Google reviews after and all of a sudden you see that they're 3 stars, and then it clicks in. Now you know why. But how many times have you looked up a business and you wanted to go there, but you're reading the reviews, especially recent ones that are in the 2s, maybe 3s, or maybe even 1-star review, and it's starting to give you a bad taste before you even go to that service or business that you're looking to do work with, right? At the end of the day, sometimes reviews is what can make or break your business. So if we could just invest some time to try to level up your reviews, so that way the next customer, right? The next person who wants to work with you is gonna feel at ease before they even meet you. And that's what's important. We want to try and figure out how to get as many 5-star Google reviews, especially at the beginning. So I've created 5 ways that you could start getting Google reviews effectively, whether they're your customers or not even your customers. But I want to just explain to you even my story. Like, I manage and run Hayes Detail Shop in Dundas. And when I took over the operations of this business, and this was about a year and a half ago, and we didn't really worry about Google reviews until 6 months in, when we said, okay, we need to ramp up our online presence. Google reviews was the first thing that I started focusing on. We were sitting at less than 20 reviews, and I think at about 3.5 rating. Now, to a lot of people, sure, who cares? But to a lot of people who just don't want to waste their time with being disappointed with the service, especially if they're spending $300 to $500 for a detail, do you think a customer is going to read a review and then think, well, there's a guy right up the street that's 4.5 or 5-star rating. Why wouldn't I go with him, especially if they're the same price? Like, this is the type of stuff that's important. This is the stuff that you should be focusing on, not worrying about having all the tools in your van or your shop that makes a better detail. Like, having reviews is what's just going to find more customers, more leads, and then that's just going to create more opportunity for you. Okay, so what I've learned, and right now at Hayes Detail, like, we're sitting at about, I think we're just about to hit 230 reviews, and we're at 5-star rating. Like, if you go to Hayes Detail Shop and you look up our service, you're gonna see it says 5, and I didn't even think you could go, like, the second you get a 1-star Google review, I didn't even realize you could go back up to 5 stars. So needless to say, okay, I'm still learning a lot myself, which is great to see. Just goes to show that the amount of 5-star Google reviews will really impact your business. And I hear customers call all the time. They come in, they say, hey, I love your reviews. Like, that's the first thing they say. They don't care about our social media. They don't care maybe who they've met or who referred you. They just go online because that's the first thing they do. Detail shop near me or car wash service near me. We pop up. Next thing you know, we have 230 Google reviews at 5-star ratings. Like, this is what makes the difference. This is how customers, before they even click on your website, are going to have a good perception of your service and business. So this is why it's important. So when we talk about Google reviews, why they're so important, and it's how do we get the reviews? Because a lot of times we do this service for these clients and we just hope and we pray that they're going to just automatically make a review because they liked your smile or they liked your service or they liked your overall detail that you did in the vehicle. There's no question. There's some sort of fingers crossed that you're going to get some sort of review, and hopefully it's 5, because even a lot of times, like, when I look at reviews, and it's funny, I'm sure you feel the same way, it's either 5 or 1. Like, it's very rare, in my opinion, that you're going to get 2, 3, or 4-star Google reviews. Not to say they're not out there. Of course they are. But it just feels like the majority of reviews is either 5-star or 1-star. Somebody either had a terrible experience and they're just going to shoot you down, shoot your business down, and let the whole world know that they were disappointed, or they're going to feel so amazing that they had this wonderful experience with you and they have to share it to the world. In the first place they either go to is either Google or Facebook. Am I right? Or maybe they share it on their Instagram. But it's difficult to get 2 to 3, maybe 4-star reviews, and those ones don't matter. Our focus is to not get 1-star Google reviews and to get more 5-star reviews. So the first one I want to talk about is, because I've created 5 ways, and these are the best, most effective ways you can start getting Google reviews fast, effectively, and like starting today or tomorrow. Like, if you implemented this into your new service, I guarantee you're going to start seeing more Google reviews coming at a rapid rate that you didn't even realize it was possible. So just consider this next time you're talking to a client or you're thinking about business strategy. Just try to implement some new things into your work, and you're going to find it's going to be so effective, not only for you to be a smarter business representative for your business, but even just the fact of like educating your clients that, hey, this is something that's going to help benefit me. And if you like the service that you did with me, then let's share it to the world so we can help grow my business more. And that way I can be able to service you within a year or two from now, because I want to continue serving my clients, because that's what's important. Like, sometimes customers don't realize how important Google reviews are. And a lot of times it's just educating them. It's not being pressure. It's not saying, hey, give me a Google review or else. That's not how we're bringing it to their attention. We're simply just saying, hey, this is what's going to allow me to grow my business. It doesn't cost you anything. It's simply a matter of taking 2 to 3 minutes of your time, hitting the 5-star, maybe writing a sentence or two, just saying, JJ, you did so well. Great customer service, great quality detailing service. Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what they say. We want to hit 500 reviews at 5 stars. Like, that's what's important. Even if they didn't say anything, at the end of the day, you want to hit as many 5-star, because there is going to be that day, right? Someone is going to leave you a beautiful 1-star review. And we're going to, maybe at the end of this episode, we're going to talk about how to handle 1-star Google reviews, because there is an opportunity to be able to get that person to remove it and to either just completely get rid of it, or to change their mindset and being able to then give you a 5-star Google review in return. So, well, at the end of this podcast, I'm going to talk about how to handle 1-star Google reviews or poor Google reviews. So I've created these 5 ways to just start implementing your service. And one of them is just going through your phone. Right? How long have you had your phone? Like, for me, I've had my phone since high school. So if I had to think about that, that's over 13, 14, maybe even 15 years. There's a lot of contacts in my phone, especially being in the automotive sales industry. I've had the opportunity to meet people and put their contact in my phone. I think I have close to 1,000 contacts, and maybe you're sitting at 100. But to spend time to go through your phone and just go through your contacts, maybe some people don't have the same number anymore, and that's perfectly fine. Just say, maybe write a little message. Say, hey, this is JJ from high school, college, your old coworker. If you know who they are, then it's easy to let them know who you are and remind them. But simply by going and say, hey, I just started this business. It would really help me out if you just spent, if you could do me a favor by just leaving a 5-star Google review. I'm just trying to grow and scale this because it's important to me. I really want to see this business succeed. Is there a way I could get you to do a Google review? Here's the link. And take it so that way it's a link directly to the review. Like, if you go to your business profile on Google and you hit ask for a review, it gives you an exact link that goes to them to the stars, like automatically, with the box to put the description and the 5-star option. Like, make it easy for them. But it's extremely easy because, one, they already know who you are. They already trust you. They already know that you're going to be giving the best service possible to your clients. And funny enough, it might even consider in the future for them using you. Like, it's a double whammy. It's a win-win situation. You're either asking for a review, which you're going to get something out of it, or this person now knows that you do detailing, so they could either try your service for themselves or refer you to one of their friends or family members. Like, this is a great step one, and this is great for even just beginners, like people who are just starting detailing and getting into the business. Like, this is what you have to work with. And maybe you're somebody right out of high school, you don't have a lot of contacts. Okay, but do we have parents? Do we have friends with contacts? Like, this is how we start to outreach, right? And to get more people that trust one another, that's just how you're going to get better leads and better clients. In my opinion, you're not going to always, you're sure people are going to expect a discount. Sure, people are going to, expect some sort of like, hey, you want to do my car as a free example, like, you're going to hear all that, of course, but that's just one way. And it's an effective way, because the amount of time you spend, like, instead of doom scrolling on social media, you could simply invest some time by reaching out to people and say, hey, this is who I am. I would really appreciate it if I got a Google review from you. And I hope that maybe one day we can work together. Here's the link. Love your support. Like, go to ChatGPT and say, hey, I'd love to send a text message to my friends and family that I just started a detailing business and I want to ask for a Google review. Like, let it spit out the answer for you. I'm just giving you one example, but there's so many ways of saying it. It doesn't have to come off as a pressure. It doesn't have to come off like it's a bad thing, but that's just one reason. Number 2, okay, is asking for them. people just don't ask them for Google reviews. Like, here's your keys back. Thank you for the money. Bye bye. Like, what are we doing? Why not do a quick little walk around? Because if you listen to my previous podcast, you would have listened to my walk around that you would have basically taken your customers and did a walk around right at the beginning of the detail service. But now we can implement a walk around at the end of the service, right? Like, go around with the customer and let them see your work. Let them see how much better the wheels look, the paint looks, the inside carpets, the seats, etc. Like, do that final walk around to show them and say, hey, we just started this detailing business, or we've been doing this for a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, whatever the number is. And we're looking to grow a little bit more effective, a little bit faster. And we're trying to get as many Google reviews as possible. Could I ask if we could get you to do a Google review just so that way, we know that you're happy with the service, and then that way we can kind of lets people know that you were extremely happy. Like, whatever, again, create a script that's going to come fluent off of your tongue every single time that you talk to a customer, right? Read it before you go and grab them. Like, if you need to get comfortable with it, because it's not an easy thing to ask for. Sometimes we get scared to ask because it's that one person that's going to say, are you kidding me? Why would I leave a review for you? This is terrible. Okay, so if you have that type of client, maybe we just don't suggest it, okay? Maybe we just avoid asking. But if you had a great experience with the customer, if they had a great experience with you, if they're pleased with the results, hello, this is the time we need to pitch them and say, hey, do you have 2 minutes? Can I just simply ask for you to give us a Google review? It's really going to allow us to grow and be able to get in front of more eyeballs, especially within this community. And, I really want to make this the best detailing business in this town. Like, whatever you say can just be a way for the customer to go, you know what? Yeah, you've been great. Your service is great. And I have 2 to 5 minutes to spare specifically for you. Like, people are kind, right? You are kind. So why not ask when the best time is to see their reaction? Like, wow, this car looks brand new. Hey, I love that you're saying that. That makes me fill my heart knowing that I did a great service for you. Hey, could you, right? Like, anyways, this is just one way, but just try to implement adding this into your routine to every customer you do with, because you'll find that, you know what? Sure. Customers are going to take your information. They're going to hear it's going to go through one ear and out the next. But it's the people that it resonates with, and they're like, yeah, you know what? Heck yeah, this person deserves it. And people sometimes they love giving good reviews. They just don't do it often enough. Like, I find there's some people who that's all they do. They go and they hunt businesses down to make a review because that's what they love doing. But there's people who don't do it. And when they do it, they feel so like this like gratification that they get the second they do it. So sometimes you're making them feel good by giving an option to give you a review. Anyways, just throwing that out there. But a lot of people just enjoy that as well because it's kindness. People enjoy kindness, even though sometimes we feel like there's a lot of negativity in the world. Okay. Number 3, offer a free car wash. This is obviously for the new guys, but hey, if you're slow and you don't have appointments, what are you doing? Right? Like, obviously you could be making social media content, editing videos, all this stuff, marketing, but if you're really doing nothing, so why not on a day where you don't have much work going on, why don't you go out to either houses in your area or businesses and offer a free car wash in exchange for a 5-star Google review? And businesses are the best way of doing it. Like, you could go into a business, there's going to be a reception or someone at the front greeting people coming in. And you say, hey, let's just take a barbershop, for example. Okay. Barbershops are great because I feel like they meet a lot of people. They're talking to a lot of people while cutting their hair. So let's just use barbershops as an example. You walk in, there's a nice reception. Say, hey, I'm going around trying to build my business here, and really I'm trying to get as many Google reviews as possible. I see that you have 3, 4, maybe 5 barbers here. Did they all drive here? I'd love to offer everyone here just a free car wash, and in exchange, I'd like to get 5 Google reviews in return. Is that something we could do? I could do it right now, but we're just going to wash the outside. It's going to be a very simple exterior wash, nothing special, just something where the car looks great sitting in your parking lot. Is that something we could do today? So then the receptionist is going to go, oh, wow. Okay, let me just ask around and see if anybody's interested. Like, you're going to get some people, no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Hey, no, I mean it. I want to offer this service for you guys because I want to create some cool content as well while I'm here and just showcase that this is a way that we can create viewership to show that you're kind to your community, you're supporting other businesses. Like, this is what really matters. People are going to watch this and see you do this and think like, holy crap, look at these guys going to, hey, I know that barbershop. That's where I go. Like, there's so many different avenues to go around this, or even just going around. Maybe you know that there's like an old retired community and you're going to go to these particular houses and even just film the whole process. Say, hey, I'm just going around the neighborhood. I saw your car was looking a little dusty, a little dirty in the driveway. And we're going around and we're simply offering free car washes in exchange for a Google review. Like, it has to be a tit for tat, right? Like, you're not doing this for nothing. Okay? Like, if somebody doesn't agree to it, hey, no worries. If you ever reconsider, let us know. We'd love to come out on a day that we're available, which means a day that you don't have work. Right? This is just one way, but I just figured I'd add this to my top 5 list because it works. People are willing to do it. And sometimes, like, this is great marketing. This is a way to grow your business on Google. And yeah, it's going to take some labor, but it might be the best investment you put in as far as time-wise goes into your business, especially in the early stages. Okay. Number 4, send a text message or email. I use a CRM system. And if you haven't listened to my previous podcast with Orbis X, please go and listen to it. It's a great podcast where I talk about that CRM system and why it's amazing for automotive detailers, whether you're mobile or whether you have a shop. It's great. It has automated emails. And every time a customer comes in, they get sent an invoice right to their email. But not only that, a couple days later, they're going to get, hey, how was your service? How would you rate us? Would you give us a Google review? Yes or no? Like, it gives them a thumbs up and then a thumbs down. If they says no, then it doesn't give them the link to the Google review. But if they say a thumbs up, then it's like, hey, well, here's a link to a Google review. Could you take some time to let Google know how we did, right? Like, automation is so fantastic because you don't have to waste time and you don't have to pay somebody to do it. Maybe you have to pay to set it up, which if you need help figuring that out, please don't hesitate to reach out to me because I can simply help you create an automation. So that way you are getting Google reviews. If you don't want to ask for them, if you don't want to go to barbershops, like if you want customers to just see that there's an option to give you a review. But the best way that I've learned actually is you create an automation, whether it's through your emails or maybe it's through text messages, and you say, hey, just want to follow up on our service. How would you rate us from 1 to 5? So if they put 1 to 4, it notifies you automatically. It says, hey, this customer was happy but wasn't completely satisfied, or they were extremely dissatisfied. And that way it doesn't send them a Google link. Like if they're telling you via text or via email that it was a 4, okay, but why? Why are we not worth a 5? Like it's not going to send them a link. So then if they put 5, it sends them a link saying, oh, that's so fantastic to hear. Hey, could I ask for you to fill out a Google review, seeing as how you were so happy with our service? We would greatly appreciate it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So from 1 to 4, they don't get the next text sent to them, right? You as a business owner would get notified. But if they say 5, okay, perfect. Hey, love to hear that. Here's the link. Could you do us a favor? Like, this is what automation is. This is what you could do for your business. And once it's done, like, you just have to put the information in, which is you have to take the customer's name, phone number, and email, right? Like every business owner should. Anyways, but this is how we can create ways so that way you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to follow up with your customers by yourself. Because I see detailers, they're calling their customers 2 days later, right? Every customer, hey, just want to follow up on how we did, looking to get a Google review. Like, you just save time, right? Especially if people aren't able to answer the phone call, or maybe they're not able to answer a text. They can read it at their own time. Like, this is what makes automation so great, okay? And that way you don't have to pay for people to do this type of stuff, okay? Last but certainly not least is create an offer or a credit or even giveaways, okay? So what I mean by that, and this is what we've used at Hayes Detail Shop to really leverage getting Google reviews. What I mean is we created door hangers, and it simply says, thank you for your business. Get $15 off your next service. Very easy. And then there's a QR code right at the bottom. It says scan QR code. And again, it's the same link that takes them right to the Google reviews. It says, hey, can you give me a Google review for $15 off your next service? Like, people love free stuff. People love free money. Okay, sure, it's a discount off your next service. You're going to lose $15. But really, are you losing? Because in my opinion, I would spend $10 to $15 for as many Google reviews if they were authentically real. Now, this is what I'm talking about. You want to make sure these are people within your community. If you're asking people who live 5 hours north and all of a sudden it just doesn't make sense, your business is here, but there's people way up north, like, you're a local service business. Your community is what matters, right? So if you put a door hanger, hey, $15 off, sure, you're going to have to figure out which through Orbis X, you can simply go to their profile and add a credit, which will notify you every time you cash them out in the future that there's a $15 credit on their profile. And then you can thank them in that moment. Say, hey, thank you so much for your Google review last time. We really greatly appreciate it. And since then, we've been able to grow our business. So, and you've been a part of it. We really appreciate it. Like, you see what I'm saying? This is what you could do. You could do it in business cards. You could do door hangers. Like, door hangers is nice because you can put it over their rear view mirror. Let it sit there, and when they get in, they kind of have to take it off. They're going to have to look at it and see it. Boom. Thank you for your business. Get $15 off. Like, this way, in case I'm not there, I'm not cashing out a client, every customer is getting this in their vehicle. And you know what? The customers that were maybe difficult to deal with in the, early off, we just don't put that on there. Okay. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you can create opportunities for yourself. And I'll be honest, I think since I came in, we haven't had one bad Google review except for one, which I'm going to talk about shortly. But there are so many ways to get Google reviews, but getting them is important. Talking about it is important, and just simply educating your clients on why it's effective to help you for your business, so that they can or that way you as a business owner can continue servicing them, right? Because if you go out of business because maybe your sales wasn't there, then things could have been done differently. So that way they had their point of contact, which was you cleaning their car. Right? So let's talk about if you get a Google review, because I understand the pain you have to go through when you get a Google review. It sucks. Like, it's, especially as a business owner, you take it so personal because you did everything you could. You don't understand why you're getting a bad Google review, but some things are out of your control. And I want to explain this one scenario, because I'm big on treating every customer with the utmost respect. Like, satisfaction is my number one guarantee for every customer, right? Like, I guarantee as much satisfaction, or at least I'm going to try. But there's just some things out of your control. I want to explain just a quick story. We offer oil sprays, and Matt Hayes is the owner of the Hayes Detail Shop, and he's the one who does putting the vehicles on the hoist, up and down oil spray, all that stuff. Just makes it easier for the business to run. And we had a customer who had a heavy duty truck, and quite honestly, I do oil sprays, but I'm not getting into lifting these HD trucks. Not for me. I'm okay. I'd rather survive. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, I had to reschedule his appointment 3 times because of the ways the situations, Matt's schedule not being able to be there. And I personally just didn't want to do it. And I don't want any of the other workers to do it. And it was unfortunate. It's just the way the situation was. Matt, unfortunately, could not be there. And I tried my best to explain in the moment, hey, I'm really sorry. We can't do it this day. Can we do this day? And then all of a sudden that day hits and Matt's not there again. Oh, shoot. Hey, we can't do it. I'm so sorry. Can we do it this time? I'm going to offer a credit. Okay, next thing you know, later that day, we have a 1-star Google review saying how this and that, and how much of a terrible business we are, and I get it. The customer's mad. The customer feels like they're being fluffed around or getting the back and forth, right? And that's not what's happening. He doesn't know the situation, and some business owners are just going to look at it and go, "Wow, we got a 1-star Google review," but you could do something about it, right? You could do something. Call the customer. They're most likely not going to answer. Just heads up. Okay, next option. We're going to send them a text. Hey, I think his name was Tyler. Hey, Tyler, this is JJ, the shop manager for Hayes Detail. I saw your Google review. Can we just quickly talk about why you put it on there? I just want to explain to you quickly that I didn't want to move your appointments twice. It's just there's no one here that's comfortable living HD trucks. And quite honestly, I'm just looking out for you and your vehicle because I didn't want it to get damaged. Like, is this worth a 1-star Google review? I'm happy to offer a free service because I understand how frustrated you are. Like, that's all it takes for a customer to go, wow, at least I feel heard, right? At least I feel acknowledged, appreciated, and they're willing to do something about it. Like, I will bend over backwards for any customer, okay? Because every customer should at least know that they're spending good money with good people. But the second a customer becomes belligerent, rude, disrespectful, there's like a switch inside of me that just doesn't accept it. And I'm quite honestly, I don't care if I get a 1-star Google review because of it. If a customer is going to be rude in my face and tell me disrespectful things I don't need to hear, especially when I know I'm not the person starting it, then that's not the type of customer that I want to have. And I have no problem saying to that customer, hey, I appreciate you working with us today, but please do not use us in the future because I don't want this to happen again. And then the customer's just gonna, like, once they go and they cool down, because I've had scenarios like this. So when customers finally go and they relax and they take a second to themselves and they think about how they reacted, do you not think that they're gonna have some remorse inside of them to want to reach out and say, hey, you know what? I want to say sorry. And let them be sorry. If they were rude, let them apologize. Hey, I appreciate you saying sorry. I would still love for you to be a client, but just know I can't handle or I'm not going to put up with customers who are going to be rude. I'm trying to offer the best service to you. And now that I know, I can certainly take care of your needs next time. Okay. Like, there's opportunities to win customers back. And there's so many examples I have. There's too many to even think of one, but even customers like saying, oh, that's too much. That's ridiculous. Okay. Well, let me educate you. And that's what we're going to talk about in the next podcast, how to explain to customers why you are worth your time. Really be able to break it down so that way you can stop discounting your services as much as you do. But with that said, that is it for today's podcast. Went a little bit over our timeline, but I really want to make it clear. Google reviews are so important. It's the #1 search engine. It's how you're going to build credibility before people even get to your website, before people get to your booking form, or before even somebody makes a phone call. It is important. So please take time to implement it into your routine. And if you have questions, like, I'm a business mentor, I can help you create scripts. I can help you push you to your limits. So that way you actually are doing these things and not just saying it, right? Like, I have testimonials that will tell you Google reviews are key to any business. So, hey, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you had any value from it, please hit that like, hit that subscribe button. I'd love for you to be part of our community, which is Team HDP, Hungry Driven People. That's why this is the Hungry Driven podcast, because I love staying hungry. I love the drive that I have for certain things, and I hope you do too. And I'm sure that's why you're here listening to this podcast, because you want a better business for yourself. But with that said, thank you so much for watching. Stay driven, and we'll see you in the next podcast.